This is my dad, David. He's been farming about 44 years, 45 years. He's coming up through on our newest Module Express cotton picker, and he'll be stopping here just in a moment. We'll take a look over it and see what it looks like. But that's David Ogle in there in the cab running that one.
Tell me what's happening out here in front.
What we're seeing in front is the cotton going in through the front doors. It goes inside into the picking chamber. Once it gets in there, it's got some spindles. We'll open the door here in a minute. The spindles will pick the cotton off. They blow it into the back, blows it up into the top of the basket, up through these black pipes. And this is the module chamber. What you see here, it may move here in a moment, but that's what packs your cotton, keeps it level, and keeps it where it needs to be. And it'll be about 6.5 bales once we get a basket full of cotton.
What's the difference in the two pickers here?
The two pickers here, the one in the back coming up is about a 2010 model. This one on our left is a 2012 model. They're just one series, newer difference. There's really basically the same machine. There's not a lot of difference in it at all.
Baling as you go?
We are making the module as we go. It's a one-stop shop. It does everything. In a moment, we'll try to what we do call calving a module. We'll try to stop and get a module out and let everybody see how that works here shortly. And that's what you see going up and down on the side of this back picker back here is actually the compression part. And that's what packs your cotton. It'll be about 8 foot high, about 7.5 foot wide, and it'll be about 16 feet long. Now what we're going to look at here will be how the picking unit works and the mechanism works. This is where the cotton comes in through the into the picking unit. These are spindles, and they've got a little sharp barb on one side, and that's what wraps. This spindle will turn. If you're looking at it from the front, it'll turn counterclockwise, and it'll just wrap that cotton up and bring it toward the back. And then we'll step back here and see how it looks.
Who's this man right here?
This is my dad, David. Been doing this 44 years. This year 44. This again is the picking unit. That's got two drums. It's got a drum is what contains all these bars, one in the front, one in the rear. This is the rear drum of the number one head. This again is a spindle. You can see the sharpness of that, and it just, as that cotton comes through, it just kind of grabs hold of it and wraps it up. It'll move it back here to this chamber. These actually looking down from the top will turn clockwise. So this is turning clockwise. The spindle's turning on the back drum, turns clockwise as well because it's offset. It'll come into what we call our doffer pad. That's just a polyurethane or polyethylene pad, and it scrubs right across the top of that spindle, and it takes that cotton and slings it back into the back. And when it does, we've got an air system that feeds through these pipes, and then the cotton will suck it up through here and blows it all the way up into the basket. And that's how we get our cotton out and get it into the picker.
That's the header up and down. Forward is auto, and that's raised. Or you can override them with these two levers here. That's the left 3 heads, the right 3, and they automatically go back down as long as this is in the auto position. This is when this switch is used when I dump. I put it in basket mode, and this one won't work, and this one will. Right now, that one won't do anything because I got it in drum mode. Now, this yellow button right here is the auto track. The auto track is the horseshoe down on head number 4. And it fills the stalks at the bottom and it keeps it lined up. And if I'm a little off right or left, I adjust with this knob right here. I'm running 22-pound water pressure, and that puts just a little bit of a soap water solution on the spindles, just kind of moistens them so the cotton will slide off. And I adjust it right here with this switch if I want a little more or a little less. I can flood that moisture system by pushing this switch manual, and that'll up the pressure and flood it. And you do that periodically. Then you go back to the auto, or I can turn it off right there. And if you turn it off, you won't pick long. It'll clog the spindles up. That cotton that you see around the end, the straggly cotton that's left, is where we crossed, where we double planted. We plant 24 rows around the end of the field so we can turn around easy. And then when you come back and plant, you're gonna cross over, and then you have kind of a tangle of rows. So that's what that straggly cotton is on the end. But we clean it up when we pick. We clean that little bit up. We always pick our ends first.
Tell me what we're looking at right here.
Okay, that's inside the module chamber. We have 3 augers, and those augers compact the cotton. Right now, it's actually packing and moving the cotton. The cotton goes down under the augers as they're turning, and it packs them. And then it's got a tromper mode. You can set that on the amount of seconds you want for that to turn. That's set in your computer, and you can change that to a 10-second cycle, a 20-second cycle, or even a 30 or 40% cycle. But you can see when it starts down in tromps, the augers stop turning. Then when they come back up, they're moving the cotton either forward or backwards. And if I got my heads up above the rocker position, they won't turn. See, I can bump them down a little bit, now they'll turn. So on the ends, if I raise my heads all the way up, then all it does is tromp. It doesn't roll and pack it. The rest of this one is you got a camera in the back. I use that mainly for when I'm dumping, or if you're backing up and you move your joystick to the reverse slot, it automatically goes to that camera no matter where you're at on it. It overrides it and your backup camera comes on. But that's what I watch most of the time. But this weight counter, that's how many pounds is in this module so far. I'll probably stop it at 7,500 to 8,500 pounds and dump it. That'll be a full, complete module. I can dump it right there. You just have a small, short module. But if you're finishing up a farm and you don't have enough cotton, then I can dump it, whatever. Probably below 3,000 or 3,500 pounds wouldn't be good if the module wouldn't be tight enough. And this is the yield. It's got a whole lot of stuff on there. These need to be longer rows when I'm talking about.
So have you ever seen cotton look this good?
No, this is the best crop we've ever had. This is my 44th crop. I started full-time farming when I was 18. That was in 1973, so this is the 44th crop. And I've never seen a crop anything like this one. Now, let's see. That's the yield. That's bales per acre.
I have seen that on 4 bales an acre. That's pretty good. Really good. There it is, 4 bales an acre now.
And then this is the fan speed. That's the cotton fan that's blowing the cotton up in the basket. That's the RPMs on the fan.
So planting cotton is just about as important as picking it. You gotta be thinking ahead of how you're gonna pick it, correct?
That's right. Yeah, sometimes you lay a field out and you wonder why you laid it out like that when you get to harvest it.
Are you using GPSing in cotton?
When we plant, we use GPS, but right now when we're picking, we don't.
Okay. And what's that do for you?
GPS, it's really nice. You don't have to use markers, and that's worth a lot. But the real value of it is if you want to plant at night, GPS doesn't care if it's dark or not, they can still see.
Technology's come a long way in 44 years. Yes. What have you seen? A lot of changes.
That's right. If it wasn't for Josh, I'd probably be doing it the old manual way. The downside to the GPS and all of this computer stuff is when this screen or that screen goes out, something happens in there. We're dead in the water. We can't pick. And the same way with a planter. You can't make our planter plant if the computer messes up. So that's the downside. And I don't work on computers. So, but it really is, all the modern technology is really nice if it's working for it. Now I know you can't see the cotton out in space. We try to plant hill drop. We'll plant 3 seeds per hill, and they'll be about 11 to 12 or 12 and a half inches apart. So basically we get 3 seeds per foot in a hill. That's what we shoot for. Sometimes it'll drop 2, sometimes it'll drop 4, it might even drop 5, it's going to be the seed size. But the majority of them will be 3 seeds. We plant about 46,000 seeds per acre.